quite like experiencing Prague in autumn. The air is crisp, the leaves are changing, and the amount of basic fall photo opportunities are endless. As you can imagine, I was in heaven. Mom and I have made it to Prague!
And we're wearing our winter coats.
And we're wearing our winter coats. But it's beautiful weather, and wait, look at this. This was my first time to the city, and it didn't take long before I understood why so many people rave about Prague. From the city's old world charm to the endless views atop Petrin Hill, I was completely enchanted. Now, we spent most of the early afternoon on our first day wandering around Old Town and getting lost on the cobblestone streets, until our tummies told us we needed to wander our way to some lunch. Cue the 600-year-old bell tower restaurant. Yeah, Restaurant Znovica, I'll put the spelling down below because I'm sure I butchered that, was hands down my favorite restaurant from our entire trip. Aside from the fact that you're dining literally next to a bell that's 6 centuries old, the food was phenomenal. 2 words, people: truffle risotto. Stay here. And then, here's the bell. After licking the plate clean, we washed our meal down with some views. But the best part about the bell tower hard to top a bell tower party, am I right? We finished the day with a private walking tour to check out Prague Castle, which, if you ask me, is just a little underwhelming, but still worth seeing. And of course, St. Vitus Cathedral. You have to go inside to see the stained glass. Now, we called it early the first night so we could gear up for truffle hunting.
So, this is Nella, my truffle hunting group.
Yes, people, we went truffle hunting, and it was the coolest experience ever. Shout out to Airbnb experiences, though. You gotta try them on your next trip. They're not paying me to say that. I just honestly really love them.
We will go and search for some truffles.
We spent the morning learning everything there is to know about truffle hunting and how to train a dog to find truffles, which honestly might be a lucrative business venture for me. Anyways, how cute is Nella? She's so smart too. Her owner Peter took us around Petrin Park, which has killer views of Prague, while Nella did all the hard work. Nella was killing it this day. She found 5 truffles, which Peter says is way more than usual, but maybe he says that to all of his groups. Either way, it was fun to watch. But I gotta say, the highlight of the whole tour was eating truffle pasta with Nella next to me. I honestly felt like I was eating next to a celebrity. It was by far the best tour I've probably, ever been on. Yeah. So if you're in Prague, you gotta go truffle hunting. Since we walked all the way up, we thought we'd ride the funicular, isn't that a funny word, all the way back down. And that's when the food tour continued with Trdelnik. Say that word a few times fast. Mom and I just got our chimney cakes. She's about to try her first bite. Review.
Good. I wanted ice cream.
She's bitter because she doesn't have ice cream. Fun fact though, they really aren't traditional Czech desserts. They're actually just made for tourists. But they're delicious and you can put Nutella in them, so really what's not to love? The chimney cake was an appetizer of sorts for our delicious dinner at La Finestra. After a not-so-great experience at the restaurant the previous night, we were thrilled to have a lovely dinner with fantastic food. I mean, look at that ravioli. Wow. Stick a fork in me, people. I am done. A new day can only mean one thing. 3 more meals to look forward to. I honestly shouldn't be shocked that I gain weight every time I travel, because the food is what I love most about exploring new cities. Sue me. Mom and I are having breakfast at Cafe Savoy. She's got her champagne, so she's happy. But the coolest thing about this restaurant is the ceiling, which is from the late 1800s. And we really like the chandeliers and the pastries and the champagne.
And the alcohol.
Look what we have here. Wow. Now that is what I call art. If you wind up visiting the cafe, make sure to order their signature cappuccino. Carved and caffeinated up, Linda and I were ready to explore. But with no set plans, we spent the day peeping some fall leaves. This is literally my heaven. It's so perfect. And making some new friends. You guys look, made some swan friends. Good thing I'm not wearing red because I don't think they like red. I think they think I'm gonna feed them, but I don't have anything. Sorry, dudes. Oh, and we also had to fit in some time for a slow-mo hair flip. I mean, come on, how could we not? We're having so much fun just wandering around and discovering little nooks and crannies and cute little things. And it's so nice to sometimes just literally not have a plan and just discover things on your own. But you know what happens when we wander? We eat. Starting to see a theme here? Yeah. Our tummies took us to the Alchemist Hotel, which quickly won the top spot for where I want to stay the next time I'm in Prague. How cute is this little cafe? We've really been watching what we eat this trip, just trying to really like stay healthy and, you know, stick to our routine at home.
You're so full of shit, it's not even funny.
This is my lunch today. After a very sugary pit stop, we headed to the Jewish quarter, and I kind of felt a little weird about taking video while wandering around the cemetery. But let me just say, it's a part of Prague you need to see with your own eyes. And then it was time to get ready for a legendary dinner at Park. This restaurant has arguably the best view of the Charles Bridge, and it's right along the water. Oh, and they have this gold-flaked risotto. Man, I was really on a risotto kick this trip. Early bird gets the worm, or in my case, the photo with no tourists in it. So today's our last day in Prague, and we started out with an awesome photo shoot this morning on the Charles Bridge and lots of fall leaf places in between, and then now we're at the Lennon Wall. How cool is this? The trick? Get here early. It's only 10:15. And there's so many less people here than when we were here before, so get here early and get your photos. And then it was time to close out the trip with a little people watching. But first, a stop at the Astronomical Clock. Prague is known for having this guy, the oldest working astronomical clock in the world. At the top of the hour, the figures come to life, very Disney's It's a Small World style, and the tourists flock to watch the show. But my favorite thing to do? Watch them. Tourists, am I right? We decided to people watch some more and lend some moral support to a street vendor. This is the perfect place to stare at people, and what we've really been looking at is this guy trying to sell spiders.
Yeah.
And he's sold a lot, and we're rooting for him. Oh, and I tried some Czech beer. I hate beer, so we're just gonna obligatory taste. Yep, still hate it. We couldn't leave without one last meal to send us over the edge. And no better place to go out in style than a dinner at the Four Seasons, which just so happens to have the coolest presentation of a drink I have ever seen. It's a good thing we're leaving because I have easily gained 15 pounds since being here, so take us out of the country or we'll keep eating. After lots of cheese, bread, and this deliciousness, we headed for our last stroll on the Charles Bridge. Because even if you've seen it during the day, it is a whole new experience at night. Twinkling lights, beautiful music. What more do you need? Bye, Prague.
Hi, Prague.
No, bye, we're leaving. She doesn't want to leave.
It's the bagels I had this morning.
Yeah, she had an Irish coffee at 8 a.m., so that's what we're working with. Say bye, Linda. Bye.
Bye.
Say night-night, Linda.
Night-night, Linda.
Thanks for traveling with me. Make sure to leave a comment below and subscribe to my channel if you like what you saw. And for more travel tips and destination guides, head on over to alleabroad.com. And if you're feeling generous, you can follow me on my social media accounts too.